I'm Vicky. This is my book channel I've just created. So I didn't know exactly what to do for a first video. I didn't know if I should do a book review or if I should do something small to just introduce myself into this community, or maybe even a bookshelf tour, but I didn't know if people would be interested in watching that, so I just figured. I went to Barnes & Noble and a couple used bookstores the other day, so I have a stack of books that I'm going to haul, and also I'm going to do some currently readings. There's two right now. One is Let the Sky Fall, which is over on my bookshelf. I read the first 50 pages of that, and unless someone recommends a book to me and I can't get engrossed in the story within the first 50 to 100 pages, I tend to put it down, then go back to it later, because I hate wasting money on books. But yeah, I didn't get really enthralled in Let the Sky Fall. If any of you guys have and it's just slow in the beginning and I didn't give it enough time, tell me down below. I would love to be able to get that book some more chances. As the actual book I'm currently reading is Legend by Marie Lu. I heard that this book is great for people who like Divergent and The Hunger Games. It's definitely a dystopian novel, and so far I'm loving it. I am 97 pages in. I actually started reading it about a week ago, and normally I read a book in about 3 days, but recently I haven't been able to get through this that quickly because of finals, but finals are finally over, and I can now definitely dive right into Legend. So moving on, I'm going to go through the books that I want to show that I hauled. So the first three books I got yesterday at Barnes & Noble. So the first book I got is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. This just came out recently, and it's a book about an alien invasion. I'm really excited because I haven't really read that many books about aliens. Mostly, you know, supernatural books tend to be vampires and werewolves and that sort of thing. So aliens, definitely excited about. The next book I got is Bloodlines by Richelle Mead. I've heard a lot of great things about The Indigo Spell, which just came out. I think that's what it's called. The Indigo Spell, I think, is the third one. The second one is The Golden Lily in this series. And it's by the author of The Vampire Academy, which I never read, but I heard those books were great as well. I've heard great things about The Indigo Spell, so I figured why not just grab it and see if it lives up to the hype. If any of you guys have read Bloodlines and the rest of them, Golden Lily and The Indigo Spell, you should definitely tell me what you thought of it down below in the comments. The next book I got is Willow by Julia Hoban. Saw this book on the list. I can't remember the exact name. It's a list on Goodreads. It's like YA books about real life problems, and I really enjoy reading those books. No, don't get me wrong, obviously I like the paranormal books too, but I really like contemporary books that have a little more to it than just a love story. So I grabbed this. So this book is about a girl who was in a car accident. She was driving her parents home because they had too much to drink, and her parents passed away in the accident, and she winds up with depression and a lot of other problems that revolve around that, so I'm really excited to read this. However, I know it's going to break my heart. The next few books I got are from a used bookstore in my area called Annie's Bookstop. They have a couple locations in this area, but I don't know if there are any elsewhere. But I definitely recommend used bookstores. I love them. So first of all, I got Sarah Dessen, Along for the Ride, but I love her. I don't even know what this book is about, but I read every single Sarah Dessen book, so I grabbed it. It's not in the greatest condition, but it's hardcover, so and it was $3. I had no problem paying $3 for kind of, you know, well-loved Sarah Dessen book. And then there I also got The Raven Boys by Maggie, I can never pronounce this woman's name, Stiefvater, I don't, I'm sorry. I grabbed this book because I heard great things about it. I was kind of wary because I didn't like Shiver as much as I thought I would, but I've heard this book is different from Shiver and a lot better. So I decided to give it a chance. Also, there's like praise for the Scorpio races on the back. Have any of you guys read the Scorpio races? Or is it any good? Is it as good as the Raven Boys, or is it around the same caliber as Shiver? The next 2 books I got were from my library's book sale, so I got them for $1 each. I got The Adoration of Jenna Fox by Mary E. Pearson. This book I actually saw someone mention on Goodreads on the page for the Mara Dyer series, which is one of my all-time favorite series. I love that. The 3rd one's coming out the same day as Allegiant, so I'm gonna have a heart attack. Someone mentioned this, that it's very similar to the Mara Dyer series, so I decided I would give it a whirl, especially since it's so short. It's 265 pages. It's a lot smaller than either of the Mara Dyer books. So the next book I got doesn't have the library binding on it or any like stamping from my library, which is really weird. But I got a copy of The Host by Stephenie Meyer. Most of you probably know about this book. I think almost everyone has known about Stephenie Meyer. I read this book when it came out. I had a copy of it when it came out. I got it the day it came out. I love this book. I somehow lost my copy, which was mortifying. But they had it at the book sale, so I grabbed it because it was $1. The next book, and the last book I got, is from a little bookstore near me called Paperback Junction. And I got Dreamland by Sarah Dessen. This is the old cover. Sarah Dessen books are being transformed into new, different covers. Her books are normally like this. So if you guys have read any of these books, have any kind of commentary on any of them, you should tell me down below. And if you have any recommendations based upon what you think I would like, you should also drop it down below. I will give reviews to these books as I read them. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys next time. Mwah!